Durag Wisdom here, folks. And today Earth date is Y2K17.05.17. And while you're laughing your ass off, I don't mind, because I'm wearing my tribal. This is going to be somewhat of a tribal broadcast today. And yes, I am tribal. As those of you who subscribe to me know, I'm a Democratic Zio, that's a Zionist supporting democratic socialist, as opposed to, say, a liberal Arabist. Now, most liberals happen to be Arabists, including Bernie Sanders and Keith Ellison, the Young Turks, Rachel Maddow, among others. Because anytime liberals today talk about Israel, they are normally on the side of the Arabs. I don't want to say they're anti-Semites. Some may be, some may not be, but I'd rather use the term Arabist, because there are, in the Holy Land, there are claims. And of course I believe that my tribe's claims are the valid claims. Why I believe that, I could tell you everything, as much as you want to know, all the details. But again, I try to avoid as much of this as possible, because this is supposed to be a non-sectarian or a non-religious or non-ethnic group kind of site. I mean, it's if you look at my description of what my site is supposed to be about, I try to avoid to be tribal. But again, this is part of being honest with people who are subscribing to me, and they see me like this and they discover, gee man, he supports Zionism and all the land of Israel. He believes that Jordan should be renamed Palestine, and it was really the Jordanians who have been persecuting the so-called Palestinian Arabs. I mean, this guy, me, believes that, the 19 years that Egypt had the Gaza Strip and Jordan was controlling the West Bank and keeping Jews out, they didn't even allow for a Palestinian homeland. So, geez, I believe in a lot of crazy stuff, right? And stuff that usually liberals, like me, I'm a liberal. I consider myself a leftist, liberal, democratic, socialist, like you wouldn't believe. But with one little difference. I support Zionism. All right? What does this mean in my life in terms of I support the Young Turks, even though they seem to hate Israel. And I support Rachel Maddow. Anytime she mentions Israel, she always refers to the Jews in Israel as Israelis rather than as Jews. And, anytime anybody brings liberals that I support, that I subscribe to, brings up Israel, no matter who it is, whether it's Keith Olbermann or whether it's Bernie Sanders or Keith Ellison, and they, I love them up until the point they start talking about Israel. So then what? What do I do? Boycott them? You see, I have to try, as pessimistic as I am, to believe in the better nature of people. You know what I mean? The better natures, like what is this? I think Abraham Lincoln mentioned that. I don't believe in people's better natures. I mean, I believe this planet that we're living on is a beautiful planet, but it's infested with us. And that's how I think. I mean, it sounds terrible, I know, but all I've seen basically in the 66 plus years is this conflict. And sometimes I wonder that maybe that's the way it has to be, because if there was no conflict, I guess we'd be pretty bored. So maybe that's what it has to be. Maybe this life that we create is supposed to be a suffering, torturing boot camp. Who knows? All I know is we're all tribal, And many have lust for power and money and greed, weapons. And in spite of that, I live in the United States of America. I don't live in Israel. And as Zionistic as I am, I'm going to support, as I have done, Bernie Sanders I voted for. I supported Keith Ellison to be the head of the DNC, even though he despises Israel. I support the Young Turks, even though every time anyone there brings up Israel, I feel like they're going to take out a bucket and throw up in it. I still believe that I have to swallow my pride, try not to give in to my angry tribal instincts, and support these folks, because we have to support here, America. I live in America. I was born in America. I pay taxes in America. All right? My parents are buried here. And while I love Israel and I support Israel, I'm still going to support what's best for the United States of America. And to me, what's best for the United States of America is liberalism, democratic socialism. And as far as I'm concerned, no matter who's president of this country, hey, we Jews, our tribe, and the origin of us has the nuclear weapon. And we Jews, we have a tradition of being into the, having a martyr complex. Masada is one example. Jews, rather than giving to the Romans, they committed suicide rather than having the Romans come in. And this is about Masada. My tribe waged a 200 or more year war against the Romans. But the fact is, here I live, and no matter what, I know that Israel is strong enough to take care of itself, herself, I want to say, and he doesn't have to worry about any country in the world, no matter what. They want to start a war with Israel, they want to push Israel against the wall, they want to force Israel to have an enemy country within its midst. You're pushing them against the wall, and I believe they'll push the button. Be a sad thing, but then again, I don't have much hope for the human race. The human race is that's a private joke we'll talk about another time. But here's the point of this whole discussion. A lot of Jews supported Trump because Israel, right? The right-wing religious who happen to think they support Israel. This Adelson prick in Las Vegas supporting this creep. And I say, and I'm laughing my ass off, because the creep stabbed Israel in the back, revealing secrets it revealed to its enemies, the Russians, who are an ally with Syria and Iran. Because, you know why he revealed it? Because he can. Because I can. I'm the president. I can reveal it. He's supposed to go to Israel next week, right? Benjamin Netanyahu. Trump, Trump, Trump. The right-wingers over there. Trump, Trump, Trump. And I understand the fear, because they're surrounded by enemies who want to destroy her. But you don't. And I said this. You don't form an unholy alliance with a right-wing crazy asshole like that birther bastard and think that he is in it for you. And now, I'm laughing today at all the assholes in my tribe that supported that creep and now see him for what he is. But then again, considering the history of my tribe, if it was raining outside, we'd go out without an umbrella.